If you think your degree alone is going to get you a job, you're fried in this job market.
This job market's been so trash, I've actually just started following my dreams.
Whoa, a job that was posted 2 seconds ago on LinkedIn. I'm gonna hit apply right now. This job is no longer accepting applications. Over 100 applicants.
Right, what do you mean I wasn't even a thought? I wasn't even a conceptualization.
It takes 500 applications right now to land one offer.
Another young person doesn't get the job.
Bro, I feel like you have a better chance of finding your dad that left 10 years ago than to find a job in 2025.
The 2025 job market is a nightmare, and TikTok is furious. From ghost job postings to endless rejections, we're breaking down the rants you need to hear. Let's start with the first rant.
Bro, I feel like you have a better chance of finding your dad that left 10 years ago than to find a job in 2025. Like, I swear, bruh, nobody wants to hire me. It's like, why even say y'all are hiring in the first place if y'all won't even take a second to look at my application? Finding a job nowadays is like dating. You're out here shooting your shot by putting in all these applications only for these companies to end up ghosting you. Not even a simple email saying that I wasn't selected. These companies just go completely ghost on you. They out here treating me like I'm some hoe or something. Because tell me why a few months back when I was looking for a new job because my current one wanted to cut my hours like LeVar Ball cutting off his leg type shit. And so when that shit happened, I applied to over 100 jobs and we are now in March. It's been a few months and not a single one ever hit me back. Not even McDonald's, bruh. Ronald McDonald out here hoeing by not giving people jobs. That greedy ass clown. Bro, you know you are cooked when not even McDonald's wants to hire your chopped ass. My advice to the people that are currently employed, please, for the love of God, keep that job that you hate so much. If you are one of those that keeps showing up late for work, you better start coming in at least an hour early. And for the ones that keep calling in for work, I want you to hop in that 1999 Civic with 200k miles on it and go clock into that 9 to 5, little bro. Because I promise you, the way the job market is nowadays, the last thing you want to happen to you is to lose your job. But hey, y'all stay safe out there, drink plenty of water, eat your vegetables and fruits, and remember, don't be silly, wrap that willy. But anyways, I'm out of here, guys.
Whoa, a job that was posted 2 seconds ago on LinkedIn. I'm gonna hit apply right now. This job is no longer accepting applications. Over 100 applicants. Oh, look at this job. This job is right up my alley and is entry level. Let's see. What's the description say? 10 to 15 years experience. Okay, it's fine. What about this job? Okay, it requires a bachelor's, which I have, and the pay is $18 an hour with no benefits. Okay, all right, this one says training will be provided, no experience necessary except for the 3 to 5 years of experience that you need. Okay, fuck it, I don't care anymore. I'm just going to start applying. We'll hit easy apply, and it wants me to re-enter all my resume information on their website. 8 rounds of interview. Cover letter. Email us why we should pick you, but we will not respond. Oh, I got an email back. We have reviewed your resume and decided not to move forward in the application process, but feel free to subscribe to our newsletter to hear about more job opportunities.
2025 job hunt equals dating in the apocalypse. Flaco Rubin dropped 100 apps and got ghosted by McDonald's. Ronald really said nah fam to his resume. PSA, cling to your shitty job like your life depends on it. Because it does. Meanwhile, Bettis Boy exposed the scam. LinkedIn in 2025. Entry-level role. Requires 15 years experience, PhD, pays in exposure. 8 interview rounds just to get a lol no auto reply. The only thing growing faster than applicant pools? Corporate delusion.
It takes 500 applications right now to land one offer. I graduated 17 years ago from a pretty good school. I worked at some of the top consulting firms. I have all of my updated credentials and certifications, and I have never experienced anything like it. And I've worked and lived through multiple recessions over the past 17 years. And I cannot explain how all of the old ways of doing things are just not working. LinkedIn, Indeed, all of those platforms used to work so well for me. I actually used to have recruiters really chasing me down, especially if I had recent recommendations, recent certifications, experiences that were at really good corporations, and it's just none of that is helping. I've also tried the referral route. Out of all the jobs I've applied to, I've had 17 high-level referrals, and when I mean high-level, I mean director, VP. I don't just know somebody, I know someone that's been there for a long time, and they're high in the organization. And I've still only landed 4 interviews, and I didn't land any offers yet. It is extremely challenging, and unless you've been unemployed in the last 6 months, I don't know if you can fully wrap your head around it. At first, I was oh, it's the election season, because it was the end of October when I got cut in a riff. And then I was oh, it's the holidays, it's just bad timing. And then it was the new year, and I was okay, the election is over, I'm ready to move forward. And then things just seem to be more and more challenging. Anyway, I met with the CEO of a new company called Use Massive. And essentially it uses AI to help find all of the jobs that are out there for you and apply for you. And essentially the idea is it takes a ton of applications that are a good fit for you to land interviews and get the offer, and doing it manually just seems insane. It hasn't been working for me to date. So I'm really excited to be trying it and experimenting with it. Again, I can't imagine how I would actually physically apply to 500 jobs that were a good fit. So I'm excited to see where this goes.
This job market's been so trash, I've actually just started following my dreams. And it's been working out. And it's not easy. There's so much more risk involved because it's all on my shoulders. But at least I have control over my destiny rather than a company that on a whim can let me go.
17 years at top firms, 17 VP referrals, 500 applications, 4 interviews, 0 offers. Oddronkers just exposed the 2025 job market's dirty secret. Experience means nothing anymore. When even AI has to do your job hunt for you, you know the system's broken. Then, at Night Routine, the band said that the job market's so trash, he said, fuck it, and bet on himself. Riskier? Hell yes. But at least no corporate clown can randomly fire him on a Tuesday. 2025's real flex? Being your own boss.
If you think your degree alone is going to get you a job, you're fried in this job market. Unless you went to a top 20 school and did extremely well, then maybe you can submit an application and expect an email back. But even then, some kid who went to some no-name school, but his dad is a client at JP Morgan, is going to get 10 emails back from recruiters before your resume even gets past the automated system. I know it sucks. You're probably thinking, I'm putting in all this work, I'm getting good grades, I'm paying for college, I should be able to get a job, right? Wrong. You have to move different nowadays. Getting a referral isn't an option anymore. It's mandatory. So where do you get these referrals from? You go on LinkedIn and find people that went to your same college or are in some same activity that you're doing. And this is very important. Do not message them on LinkedIn. Find their work or personal email and email them. They're way more likely to respond to it because they check their email every day. Corporate people don't go on LinkedIn to respond to messages and do work. They go on it just like you go on TikTok to doom scroll and see what other people are doing. Usually their email is on their LinkedIn page or in that little contact info section on their page. It's the same format for every company. First name dot last name at goldmanstanley.com or first initial last name at goldmanstanley.com. It's always some variation of that. And if you can't find it, just use Google. I promise you it's on there somewhere. I guarantee you if you email them and show genuine interest, they'll reply back 90% of the time. Yes, the job market is bad, but a lot of people and a lot of applicants are submitting cold applications without talking to the team and expecting to be offered an interview. Times have changed. You can't do that anymore. You have to get a referral or find a way in. Follow for more.
I'll never understand the job market a day in my life. Because what do you mean that me, an individual that works in a restaurant, has worked in a restaurant multiple years, has been a barista for multiple years, has been trained to be a barback, a bartender, a server, a host, you know, I literally have the RBS, the responsible beverage service training, right? So I can like legally ID people. I know how much goes in a shot, right? I know all the different things about alcohol that's like legally required by the state and by the federal government, that's like required by all the employees to know, and like the training that's like legally mandated to have for 3 years, right? What do you mean I wasn't even a thought? I wasn't even a conceptualization in this the hiring manager's mind for the $16 an hour barback position at a local bar. Okay, no, that's fine. Maybe there's other people that can do it better. I don't know. But then we compare it. Okay, because this is what throws me off. Because I was like, damn, maybe I just need more experience. I don't know. Because mind you, a barback is just somebody that kind of like cleans up after the bartender and like helps out if they really need help. Sorry, barbacks of the world. I've done it and it's really not that hard. But then we compare it to me applying to be a paraeducator 3 at multiple different elementary and middle schools to even submit an application for a paraeducator. And if you don't know what a paraeducator is, it's just somebody that helps out children with disabilities in the classroom. They're just making sure that the children get any extra help that they need throughout the day with maybe like basic activities, and that they're also not falling behind in the class, that they're maintaining speed with other students in their grade. So to even submit the application, to even push send, I needed to prove that I had 1, a resume, 2, an associate's degree. So I needed to get a copy of my college transcripts from my community college, submit that, and that takes forever. I needed to have a letter of introduction. I needed to have 3 letters of recommendation and also 3 references. I was like, are we hiring Spencer Reed from Criminal Minds? Why so much? What? Whoa. Like, I get it, because I'm like, if I got a little kid with autism, I want the best, you know, I want the very best. You know, and mind you, I have very limited experience working with kids, and especially kids with disabilities. And I have a bit. It's not my work experience, it's more volunteer experience. Why did I get a call back from 3 different schools? Being like, yeah, tomorrow. I want you in here tomorrow. Like, I know we got a teacher shortage in America, but like, there were other applicants. But you're telling me the barback position making minimum wage is like, no. What the fuck is the job? What is the job market? I don't get it.
Yapalo, advice: drop the harsh reality. Your degree alone won't get you hired anymore. Unless you're from Harvard with a 4.0 GPA, your resume is just another file in the AI trash bin. Even then, some kid whose dad golfs with the CEO will get 10 interviews before your application gets seen. Meanwhile, at Madulin.h, exposed the insanity. I'm trained in every restaurant role imaginable. Can't get a $16 an hour barback job, but schools are begging me to work with special needs kids tomorrow with 0 experience. Make it make sense?
Another young person doesn't get the job. Now, if you follow me, you know from time to time I run deep background checks for Fortune 500 companies, some Fortune 100, some other larger companies. I ran another one today, and I mean, you know, the very first video I ever posted, it got almost 2 million views, 1.7 million views, I don't know how many it was, where a woman didn't get a job because of a video that she had posted online years earlier. Now the new thing is young people aren't getting their jobs because of videos that are coming up that are pretty recent. And I just wanted to come on here and just elaborate on the fact that everything you do online lasts forever. Every time you're in public, chances are there's a video camera facing toward you somewhere at some time. So this woman, another woman, interesting that most of the time it's a young woman, it was up for a job at a really large company, and they asked me to do the final deep background check on her, which is a facial recognition, the voice recognition, all the crazy stuff that I do, all the crazy AI and technology stuff that I do. But this video came back, And in this video, she's protesting, free Palestine. And she's saying some pretty crazy stuff about Jewish people. And some Jewish people are there counter protesting. And she's saying some pretty bad stuff to them. And, this was an upper management position. I mean, she's I'm not going to tell you how old she is, but she's not a kid. She's in her late 20s. And this was going to be cool. This was probably $160,000 all in with benefits, everything. I looked her up. I saw that she was posting about it. She actually posted about this job and about how excited she was about to get this job and how she was in the final running. And she kind of took her social media people through this. But I turned that video in today, and she's not going to get that job. And as someone who grew up with social media and grew up with the internet and grew up with these video phones, these video cameras, how could she do this to herself? If she wants something from someone who the owners of the company happen to be Jewish, by the way, which I can't even make that shit up if I tried, but you're always being recorded, especially if you're in a crowd of people or protesting and you're screaming and yelling or any of that. You're always being recorded, and I can find you. It doesn't matter if the video is erased. It doesn't matter if somebody else posts the video. It doesn't matter if somebody in Timbuktu posts the video. I will find it. Facial recognition, 146 different places on your face. It is 99.999% accurate. It counts the hairs in your eyebrows. It counts the hairs in a square centimeter on your head. It counts the distance between your eyes, the distance here between your eyes, your ears, how your ears line up with one another. It is scary stuff, and we will find you. You could even cover your face. It's voice recognition also. And then you put that together with different elements like me in this room, in my office. You could put this together and you could figure out where I am. You could figure out who I am with this facial recognition, voice recognition and everything. It's crazy. You guys have got to stop doing this. You're destroying your careers. You may be destroying your lives because, again, men are running deep background checks on women before they ask them to marry them because they've become so much cheaper than they used to be. They used to cost $2,500. Now they cost $1,000 or less. It depends on what level you want to go to. So all I'm saying to you, and this is all I'm going to say, is if you want something from someone else, if there's ever going to be a moment in your life where you're going to want something from someone else, stop posting shit on the internet. Stop getting involved in this shit that's going to make you less desirable as an employee or less desirable as a spouse. So there you have it. This is a 5-minute rant, public service announcement, whatever you want to call it. Sometime you're going to want something and you're not going to get it because of the way you acted. And when I was a kid, it wouldn't matter because nobody had it on video. Everyone has you on video. Everyone has everything you do on video. Everything you say, you have to assume you're being recorded. Just don't do it. If you want something, don't do it. You want to be successful? Don't do it. You want to be an influencer and work for yourself? Fine, do whatever you want to do. But don't post any rants. Don't say bad things about people. Don't say bad things about your country. And certainly don't do anything sexual. Don't do anything that you wouldn't do in front of your parents. So, that's it.
I worked for the US government for a single day. As a bit of a backstory, I had my initial interview in November. I got the initial job offer in December, and it took 2 months to get all of my background checks, my security clearance, all of my paperwork submitted. So my first day was not until the end of January. Coincidentally, my first day was also exactly a week following the inauguration of our lovely president. When I first accepted the job offer, I accepted it under the guise that working for the federal government was going to be a good thing in the long run. I was under the assumption that working for the federal government, you would get a good retirement package, you would be able to get good health insurance, you would have fairly regular job stability. And that entire illusion for me was destroyed within the first week of the Trump administration. My position was technically covered by a union, but because you are in a probationary period for the first year of employment, they wouldn't be able to cover me if I got fired for any reason. And I was already starting to watch people that had worked for the federal government for 20, 30, 40, 50 years getting fired. My final straw really was when I saw that the Trump administration had requested a list of every single federal employee that was currently in the probationary period. And at that point, I told myself, I'm not going to commit to a job where I am afraid of being laid off or fired on day one. On another note, my school life, my personal life, already very much tied up in politics because it's my special interest. And I already have enough anxiety surrounding just life in general and also my ability to go to school because of everything going on right now. And I did not want my job to be another source of stress for the same exact reasons. Frankly, I did not want my life to feel like it was fully in the hands of the Trump administration and I was just at will. Like everything in my life that I wanted to do, and it still kind of feels like this, to a lesser degree. I did not like the feeling that my entire life, well-being, and everything was connected to the competence of that administration. So I quit. I am still unemployed, still struggling, but this stress compared to the stress I felt when I was watching the Trump administration completely gut the entire federal workforce, I would take this stress for sure.
The jank philosopher exposed the new hiring reality. That Free Palestine protest video just cost a woman a $160,000 management job. Facial recognition scans 146 face points. It counts your eyebrow hairs. Your digital past isn't just following you, it's beating you to the interview. Meanwhile, a Reagan stop dropped government truth. 2 months of security clearances, just to watch 30-year veterans get fired in week one. I chose unemployment over letting politicians control my livelihood. Are you struggling in the 2025 job market? Let us know in the comments. Smash that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss our next deep dive into the issues that matter. Until then, keep fighting. You've got this.